Okay, now to finish that video. Sorry about that. I got cut off again. I'm telling you, man, I need a memory card. Anyways, so about the pasta. Yeah, the pasta. So I'm only doing pasta for the rest of these last 2 weeks until I can get a spaghetti maker myself. Once I get a spaghetti maker, if you're wondering what that noise is, that's my video playing. I was showing one of my neighbors my YouTube channel, see if they were interested. Follow, like, subscribe, guys. Follow, like, subscribe. And anyways, so yeah, I like to. So in my broth, I wash the crap out of my noodles because noodles are so starchy. So like I wash the crap out of them. And while I'm waiting for that water to boil, I incorporate garlic, rosemary, pepper. Once again, pepper is very good because it helps you absorb all nutrients and everything. So pepper, a little bit of salt, table salt, just to like add the flavor of the whole soup itself. And then I also add cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper, the reason why I add that is because for people who have sweet tooth, cayenne pepper will help you out not crave sweets as much. You'll calm down with all those sweetie foods that you keep trying to get into. And then not only do you want to get some cayenne pepper, you also, I am bleeding everywhere for real. I started bleeding again. Anyways, cayenne pepper is supposed to like stop you from like craving sweet things and stuff like that. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna turn this down. Oh yeah, I'm just running there. Y'all see it? Yeah, check out that video. Who's that guy, right? Nah, but yeah, you wanna get cayenne pepper for people who crave sweets. It helps you not crave sweets. I found it in a YouTube video before. I thought they were full of crap, but then I tried it myself, and it turns out it works. So that was always good. And then I add, I just go crazy with seasonings. But I always add fresh garlic, and I add so then I add the noodles by that time because it's boiling. And when it's boiling, I only sit my noodles in there for about 10 minutes. So while my noodles are in there for the 10 minutes, as soon as it gets to the 10-minute time, I turn off the flame, obviously, right? And I incorporate cilantro and onions and stuff like that. Fresh cilantro, fresh green onions. And what this fresh cilantro and fresh green onions do is it gives it like a assorted flavor. You know what I mean? I don't want to cook those because I know I can lose those vitamins if I have them like boiling in there. So like that's why I wait till like the flame goes off and then add them into them. Once all that is done, I continue to stir. I stir, stir, stir. Yes, I add a little bit of refined coconut oil to it. Only reason why I add the refined coconut oil to it is because I don't know, I'm crazy like that. I need something like a little bit greasy, but that's okay. I'm not like eating mad grease all the time. Once I add that to it, it is pretty much ready to go. I do not, and I repeat, I do not drain that water. I use that water that I just boiled that pasta in as a dressing base. The reason why I made this into a dressing base is simple fact that like I've already cooked some of the nutrients out of those last bit of ingredients, especially that garlic, and I want all my nutrients. I do not want to get rid of any nutrients at all. So I turn it immediately into a dressing. So after I did this, which the only reason why I'm eating so much pasta right now is because of that. It's because I wanted a dressing for my salad. Reasons why we do things, right, for later on down the road. So now that I have that, I'm ready for like salads. It got dressing galore. And then we can talk about my sauce. So my sauce, I just go get a random broth from the store. I suppose I can make my own, right? Just get some, do it all from scratch like that, and then cut up some tomatoes and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I did not make it to the farmer's market this time. So since I did not make it to the farmer's market this time, I couldn't buy like just crap tons of vegetables to like get myself intact. So what I did was simple. I just got some broth. Super and easy, right? Got some broth, some tomato paste, and then a little bit of that soup water that I just had, that broth that I personally made that has just seasonings in it. I add that to it. Now, I add a whole can of tomato paste only for the fact that like I want to thicken up that broth. I do not need it a broth now. Now that is going to turn into my tomato sauce. I need that to be my tomato sauce for my pasta. Once I do that, I let's see, I add like about a cup or 2 cups of my my little broth, whatever, soup, water, starchy water, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I add 2 cups of that to the tomato paste, and then for the broth, depending on how much you get, I add about like 6 cups of broth to that. With a can of one of those small cans of tomato, should be more than enough sauce, honestly, because you don't want to drown your pasta in sauce. I do like to add dried kiwi, and this specific part is meal prep. So now, when you're meal prepping, how you do this is you can do it, and like how I do it is I do it in mason jars. I put the pasta, or I'll put the sauce on top, or I'll put the sauce at the bottom. It depends on how you want it. If you want, putting the sauce on bottom is really great. Take some washed kiwi, uncooked, sit it in on top of that. It will soak up the liquids and everything like that. And what it will do is help it expand naturally and cook it at the same time without it boiling or anything. And you add your hot pasta on top of that. And by doing this, you seal it immediately. You do not put it in the fridge. Repeat, don't put it in the fridge. Let it sit out for at least the rest of the day. Once that, or at least 4 hours, sorry, at least 4 hours. Let it sit out for at least 4 hours. Once it sits out for 4 hours, then you can put it inside the fridge. Or 2 hours if you're like a health nut and food code violation, blah blah blah. I don't care because it's ridiculous. However long you want to sit it out, it has to sit out at least a minimum of 2 hours just to cool down with the lid on it. And the reason why this is because we're creating that heat moisture to get that kiwi to cook. And why is that kiwi is soaking up the water and cooking? It's you know what I'm saying, like I don't know how else to explain it. It's just good. It's good. All right. Like I did this. It's great. My pasta was amazing. Try it yourself and you will find out. Mixing the pasta, I usually have a bowl or something that I have, and then I pour everything in there. I like to add pepper to that. Once again, nutrition. Pepper helps you soak in and absorb that nutrition. I don't know why. It helps me feel like full. And if you want to get a little spicy, add some jalapenos to it and some lemon, whatever you want. Get creative with it. And that is my meal prep for this week at least. All right. See you on the side, guys.